Dr. Sayeed, it's a pleasure to welcome you.
Thank you.
You play a very important role as the Consul General of India based in Chicago. It's a big territory and in the Midwest. But these are good times for India, especially with the new government in place who are very progressive, very focused on enhancing the business opportunities and scaling the innovation. As an ambassador, your role besides government is to foster innovation and entrepreneurship and create this ecosystem between the two countries. I want to learn from you, what does it take, for an ambassador like you to play that role?
You see, very important question you asked, because I cover the 9 states of the US Midwest as the Consul General of India. And this region I consider is very important region because 10% of our entire trade with the United States comes from this region. Not only that, the diversity of the state itself gives us tremendous opportunities for economic collaboration because if you see, different states have different strengths. Now we are today sitting in Michigan, where we know that it's very important for automobile sector, manufacturing, and many other key sectors. Likewise, in Illinois, there's thrust on IT, biotech, pharma, and Iowa thrust is on agriculture. So what we have seen is that there's a lot of back and forth movement between the government and trade delegations in all these states. Basically to find out what kind of synergies exist, and we have seen that of course there is tremendous potential to link both the states. So that's what we have been facilitating, and I see that all the economic departments of all these states are very, very active. In the context of Michigan, we have at least 2 delegations a year regularly from this side, and last year the delegation was led by Lieutenant Governor, and they did a roadshow in Mumbai. Some of the states also have offices in India, so there's a great potential.
The other important aspect is, trade. Not only the central government of India comes here, but the states themselves come representing, their own regions. And you have been again actively engaged with that. So there are a couple of states. I think Telangana was the one who recently visited. How does that play out from state to state level?
You see, in India now, there's a completely different ecosystem between the federal and the state governments, and what is being termed as the competitive cooperative federalism. That means that the federal government will play a catalytic role and let the real investments and the real trade is with the states as here. So likewise in India, most of these states have become very, very competitive in terms of their policies for attracting investors, ease of doing business. So we recently had delegations from Andhra Pradesh, from Telangana, from Maharashtra, from Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Kerala. So you see, all these states are very, very unique in their own way, different in their own economic strengths in terms of population and other things. But they're all coming to showcase what they can offer as a destination for investments, as places where joint collaborations can take place, innovations can take place. So this is something very recent and very unique. And with Telangana, you have mentioned, we have recently signed, in fact last week only we signed an agreement with the state of Illinois for the smart state cooperation. This is the very first such agreement, as far as I know, between any state in the United States and any state in India. And to take this further, we are looking at possibilities of smart state collaborations with other states, not only smart state, but like a partner state concepts. There are some thought is also being given to connect regions with India. Like there could be collaborations perhaps between Midwest and India, or certain other regions, or a select group of governors with India. So there are lots of suggestions which are coming from different quarters here, and all these definitely point to the fact that there is tremendous amount of interest in the United States business fraternity to do business and strengthen ties with India.
The other aspect, as I was talking to the other political officials here who were on your panel, is training the next generation of workforce. And two, the students that come here from a country like India, and how they should be encouraged to be absorbed in the workforce, because that's how the US grew in the last so many decades. Now these are challenges always working with the US government. So your take on that?
You see, I would say that many of these students who are coming from India, they are very bright students first of all, and as was being said in the panel discussions, a lot of the PhDs are being actually done by the foreign students who are coming here. So they are coming with a commitment to learn and then also to contribute. Now, definitely it will be very helpful if this process of their study and then following their study, if there are opportunities available for them here, that is made easier, like H1B process becomes easier and other things are becoming easier, then we will find that a lot of people would like to kind of stay back and then contribute. Having said that, I would say what I said during the panel discussion is that in India we are seeing reverse brain drain. A lot of people who have actually stayed abroad for a long time, acquired a lot of skills and expertise in different fields, they are actually finding it more attractive to go back to India because of the opportunities which are available. So I think it is in the interest of United States also to make policies which are easier on these kinds of high-tech, highly educated, committed people. Because sometimes, the general impression is that while people are here on H1B for years together, they own their houses and cars, but at the end of the day, they do not know when do they have to sell and then go back. So this kind of uncertainty sometimes keeps people unsettled. So these are the common things which I'm sure the policymakers like senators and congressmen, will ponder and look for a solution which is easier on both. As far as we are concerned as government, as I said, that the government of India is really making several new opportunities available for educated people to come back. Even in terms of faculty, we're talking about students, but even faculty, there are programs available now where non-resident faculty members can go back to India for short terms and for slightly longer terms. So there are these possibilities which were very rare, I would say, some years ago, are now becoming more and more possible, and then permutations are available for them to do what they want as they want.
Okay. My last question is two-sided. One is, when you are here representing India, how do you showcase, and if you want to pick one element of India to take delegations from here and showcase, why India is so important, and the other side is, how do you showcase US to the Indians?
Difficult question, but at the same time, I would say, first thing is what the commonality between the two sides is the democracy and the same vision and values which the people share. So it's not very hard for a Consul General of India in US or vice versa, US diplomats in India to sell each other countries, the strong points. But I would say that India definitely is a place to be in at this point of time. As you know, you see the economic growth which is going up, whereas there is recession worldwide. We see India as a pocket where there is a predictable growth rate, and there is also predictability for the next 10 years or so and even beyond. And then the young population. So that makes it very attractive. And also from the business's point of view, the huge market, and not only is a market India is by virtue of its own population, but India is a hub for the rest of the world. That's what many other multinationals are looking at. And then US, when we look at US as the mother of inventions, of technologies, which is where a lot of newer ideas come through. And in fact, these ideas are coming not just now. I mean, if you look back, the Green Revolution, which started in India, Norman Borlaug, the exchange of communications during that time, and his interest in India, all that has led to the Green Revolution in India. And right here in Michigan, we had Professor Kurian, who was studying here in the Michigan State University. And then when he passed out, he went to India, and then he brought about the Operation Flood, which means making India the net exporter of milk, so the world's largest producer of milk. So all these great ideas are traveling across the Atlantic, And I think this is where the US has edged compared to many other countries in the world.
And finally, acknowledgement, we are thankful to you and your office for partnering with us. This is the first time at a technology conference which is so successful in Silicon Valley, in Detroit, and across the world where we do TiECons. The first time we put a track together for global connectivity because we felt it was the need to cross borders and look at how disruption could be scaled across the regions. So your final thoughts on the track and the panel.
No, I think this is a very useful conference, and I think the theme itself, Ignite to Disrupt, very well thought of and very timely, because I think the innovations and the technologies which are emerging globally, this has value all over the world, and there is no point in reinventing the wheel and doing things which are already done. Basically, it's as you yourself said, it's a connected world. So each part of the world learns from what better things are happening, the best practices happening world over. There are certain things definitely we need to learn from the rest of the world as a country, but there are also certain things which great ideas which come from India and then travel across. As you would see, a lot of patents which are filed in United States and different things. Actual research is actually being done in India. So I think there is this thing is extremely important, and since India has this, that region, the South Asian region has almost close to about 3.5 or 4 billion population. That is very important for that region to remain connected with the technologically advanced region like US. So I'm very, very happy to be participating in this and then collaborating with the consulate with TiE, and we look forward to many such future collaborations and seeing the enthusiastic participation. I can very well say that it's a great success that this conference is, and I'm sure people all over the world will observe it through the social media.
All right. Thank you. Again, it's a pleasure. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you.